I feel like quitting business. I just feel like closing up shop and just going back to my normal life. Hey y'all, welcome back to the Kurldom. My name is Janelle and I am the founder and KEO of Kultured Kurlz LLC, and today I am back with another video. Today's video is going to be very different from all the other videos that I've posted. It's going to be a little bit more personal and it's going to go deep into the reasons why sometimes I feel like quitting business. Sometimes I just feel like closing up shop and just going back to my normal life. And so to be honest with you guys, there are highs and there are lows to business. When you log on to social media, you see people's highs. Not a lot of people show you their lows because they don't want to discourage you. But I'm going to be real with you. There are moments like this. So how do you get yourself out of a slump when you feel like quitting? How do you take care of yourself mentally as a person and not just as a business owner? And so I'm going to get into a lot of the reasons why I had a moment that I had on Monday, which was not, it wasn't abnormal for me. I've had moments like that before, but I think this one was a little different and it really inspired me to do this video. I'm not going to keep you too long. I do have my notebook so I do not get sidetracked and so I do not ramble. We're going to go ahead and get right into this video. Okay, so in the last video, I explained to you guys that you needed to have a why in order to start your business. You need to know why you want to start, and I gave you my reason why. I said because I wanted to show true representation for type 4 hair, and that was true. But on a more personal level that fits with this video is I started wanting to become an entrepreneur back when I was 11 years old after my brother passed away. And it was so sudden, it was so abrupt, and I had this spark and creativity that inspired me to start drawing clothes and drawing figures, and it prompted me to go to fashion school when I graduated from high school. And when I graduated in 2017 with my bachelor's degree, I didn't have a business and I didn't have an idea on what I wanted to do, not knowing that I was sitting on an idea that would later become a business, and that's Kultured Kurlz. And so I wanted to incorporate my brother into my business, not just my reason why being, showing true representation for type 4 hair, but I wanted to incorporate him as well because he was my #1 reason. And so I basically added him into the SKU number and I added him into the order number as well. So anytime you place an order, the first 3 numbers of your order number would be 917. That is his birthday, 9/17. And so it just passed, and maybe that was another reason why it broke down. So I just needed to have that moment all together. But I put it in there as a reminder every time I get an order of my #1 reason why. I definitely needed to keep going. I'm glad I did not give up on Monday because, like I said, I was truly ready to just give up and just close down shop. And so I'm glad I didn't because it would have been completely unnecessary, and it was just a moment that needed to pass. Whenever I have moments like Monday where I feel down and I feel like quitting entrepreneurship, I think about what I did that led up to it. And so this time I was eating unhealthy, I was being overproductive, I wasn't going to the gym, I wasn't spending time with God like I normally do. Literally every night I sit on my bed or I sit on my couch in my room and I do Bible study, and I had not done that in like 3 to 4 days. My room wasn't clean. That was another thing. I've just been very anxious lately, and I had the conversation with my mom and my sister, which, they're my rocks. So literally I talk to them about everything. And I guess I've been really anxious about moving. I'm getting ready to move soon. And so the thought of not knowing is what bothers me the most, is because I don't want to say that I'm a control freak, but I'm very organized. Normally I'm very organized. And so when I have moments where I'm not organized or a paper could be missing, I'll start like, oh my goodness, I'll start freaking out because I'm just like, wait a minute, this is supposed to be right here and it's not. Where is it? And so I will start to become very upset about that and very anxious. And so I feel like the thought of not knowing what's next is what bothers me a little bit. And so I had to have a moment where I just, like I told you, I had to scream out to the open and just literally get my frustrations out and then journal my thoughts down, of course. And so basically I'm just going to walk you guys through everything that happened back to back that crashed down into Monday's episode. being someone who pays close attention to what I consume physically and mentally, I've come across, you know, the idea that if I don't eat right, it instantly affects my mood. Now, if you are a spiritual person, then you know about high and low vibrational foods, and you know that high vibrational foods boost your mood and they make you feel less anxious, whereas low vibrational foods bring your mood down and they make you feel extremely anxious. And so for the past 3 to 4 weeks, I have been consuming nothing but fried foods, bread, soda, a bunch of coffee. I am literally making myself cringe just thinking about this right now. But I deviated from my normal meal plan, and because of that, I've been feeling very anxious and very sad. And then on top of seeing my business not progressing well, it made everything worse. And so I'm definitely one who eats a bunch of fruits and vegetables because I juice on top of, you know, my normal meals. And so that's definitely something that I need to get back to, and it's definitely something that I recommend for you as well. Even if you're not a business owner, if you've been feeling extremely anxious, if you've been feeling sad, I would definitely say check your refrigerator, check your pantry. If there's foods in there that are high in sugar, high in sodium, throw them out. If you consume a lot of caffeine, I would definitely say try to drink less caffeine. I would say if you drink maybe 2 to 3 cups of coffee a day, if you're drinking 3, try to get it down to 2, and then after that, try to get it down to 1. And if you can wean yourself off of it completely, then I would say do that. I have been consuming coffee since I was like 9 years old, so it's gonna be a task for me, but I'm going to try my best. There was a period of time where I didn't drink coffee at all. I don't know what happened. I don't know why I got back on it, but I did. But I'm definitely gonna try to wean myself back off of it. One of my favorite drinks to drink is golden milk. I've even got my mother hooked on it. It is an immune booster. It has tons of antioxidants in it. You can add, you know, honey. You can add whatever milk that you want to add to it. I personally use almond milk because I try to stay away from dairy. But as a result of all the foods I've been eating, my skin started to break out. My scalp has been a lot itchier because I've been consuming sodium, which is bad for you. If you have itchy scalp, stay away from sodium and stay away from sugar because your scalp will start itching very bad and you'll become dehydrated. I got sidetracked, so I'm sorry. But golden milk is literally a mood booster for me. It also is anti-inflammatory. So if you have swelling in your body or if you have arthritis, I would definitely say try it. Like I said, I got my mom hooked on it, and so she's been drinking it every night. Before I sat down and started filming just now, she asked me to make her a cup, but I will list the ingredients down in the description box if you want to try it for yourself. Healthy eating is something that I definitely need to stick to, especially in times where we're getting ready to go into the holiday season and business is going to definitely increase because people are going to be buying not only Christmas gifts, but they're just going to be stocking up on hair products for the winter time. Also, Black Friday is coming up, and so if you are going to be having a large Black Friday sale, you're going to need to get yourself in the right frame of mind to deal with the influx of traffic coming in. So definitely mentally prepare yourself for that. Something else that I've noticed is that I have been extremely overproductive lately. Being overproductive is not a good thing. It is bad. You just want to be at that point where you're doing enough and that is it. You don't want to overdo it, and that's exactly what I did. Because I have so much going on outside of my business right now in my personal life, it has caused me to make me feel like I'm not doing enough in my business. And so it's kind of like you just forget. You forget, like, did I do this? And then I go back and then I do it again, or I do something else. And so I noticed that I'm putting out too much. And then when I put out too much and I don't see the fruits from it, I become discouraged. And so I realized that that's something that could happen to other business owners as well. And so I want to share that with you guys. If you do not keep track of what you're doing, if you're not organized, and I definitely mentioned this in a previous video, that you should be keeping track of everything that you're doing so that when you do make a mistake or something does go wrong, you can go back and you can take a look at your notes and you can say, you know what, this is what I did wrong and now I can fix it. And so I didn't keep track of the fact that I was being overproductive, but I was keeping track of what I was posting. And because of that, I was able to say, you know what, I did post too much. I did do too much. I sent out too many emails, and thankfully I didn't lose anybody, you know, in the process of doing that. Sometimes if you send out too many emails, you can lose subscribers. They will literally unsubscribe from you, and luckily that did not happen. So I'm glad that they, you know, my customers received it well, but it was still too much in my opinion. And so that's something that I need to know, like I need to dial it back on. And so being overproductive can make you feel somewhat like a perfectionist. And you guys know that perfectionism is a form of procrastination. When you're trying to make sure that everything is done just right, you'll take longer to put it out, and so you'll miss your window. And I mentioned that earlier in another video as well, that you don't want to miss your window of opportunity by procrastinating. And overproduction is definitely the reason why I felt burnt out, and it contributed to Monday's kind of like fallout. Something that is an automatic mood booster for me, whether I do it in the beginning of my day, throughout the day, or at the very end of my day before I go to bed, is spending time with God. I notice that if I do not do that, then I will feel very low and very anxious. I won't say depressed because that's a strong word, but I do feel sad, and I do feel like something's not right. And when I told my mom and my sister about this, they both agreed, like, no, seriously, it's a mood booster. Like, it is how you get through your day. And for me, that is something that I always have to do. And so at the end of every night, before I go to bed, I always make sure that I open up my Bible and I take notes, and I watch a sermon on TV, or I'll watch a YouTube video of my own pastor at the church that I go to, or I'll just open up the Bible app on my phone and I'll study. And so that's something that always makes me feel a lot better, something that gives me confirmation. I will say that I only fell off of it for 1 week where I wasn't consistent, and even just 1 week of not doing it messed me up. And so I don't want to get beside myself or ahead of myself and thinking that I don't need to spend time with God, because it's something that I definitely need to do, and I don't need to slack on it at all. My sister makes fun of me sometimes because she says that I take forever when I get out of the shower to take part of my self-care routine. I mean, I know, like, you know, putting lotion on your body doesn't take that long, but for me, it's just something that I'm just taking time to take care of myself. And that is something that you need to do as an entrepreneur. You need to set your business aside at some point in time, and you need to put you at the center. You need to focus on yourself, because if you do not, you're going to neglect yourself. And then when there comes a time where your business is not doing well, you're going to blame yourself. And so always make sure that you are in the best mental health space that you can be in. And if that means going and getting your nails done, a facial, getting your feet done, whatever it is, whatever activity that you participate in as far as like physical self-care, do that, but also make sure that it's something inexpensive as well. So I definitely love to cook for myself. Cooking for myself, no matter what it might be, it could be something unhealthy, it could be something filled with carbs or sugar, but just getting up and actually creating something is what brings me a little bit of peace. And so most times I will crochet. I'm a crocheter, and so my sister calls me a granny. I don't care, but I love to do it because I've been doing it since I was a little kid, and it brings me into a place where I can escape, I guess. And it's something it's a good distraction for me, and so it's something that I do. Also, taking care of my hair, I notice that I will fall off of that. I will let my hair become a little bit neglected. Or a facial, you can do an at-home facial yourself. I love doing that. I even actually went out and bought a steamer. It wasn't that expensive, but I bought a steamer for myself so I can do steams at home, especially during the pandemic when everything was closed down. I needed to do something for myself, and that was something that I would always do. I got away from that. I didn't really fall off of it that bad, but I did enough to where I felt neglected. And I definitely recommend that you take care of yourself physically and mentally, and it doesn't have to be expensive. Like I said, it could be something that you just do at home, and it'll boost your mood as well. One of the things that is super important to me as far as like my physical health is me going to the gym and working out. Normally I will work out 3 times a week, sometimes 4 if I can slip it in there. And I have been working out maybe 1 time a week. That's bad. For the last 3 to 4 weeks, that's just how it's been. When I start slacking off and things, I notice immediately that there's something going on. And although I'll get to a point where I'm just not really ready to deal with it. And so that's why I let this happen, you know, for 3 to 4 weeks. Working out releases endorphins. It makes you happy. It's a mood booster. And so I definitely know that I need to get back on to doing that. And if you don't have a gym membership, you do not have to get one. But being an entrepreneur and having, you know, 2 jobs, you know, working a 9 to 5 and being an entrepreneur, you might be in school as well. You do need to put aside some time where you do some physical activities such as working out. You can do it at home. It doesn't have to be in a special place. Do it anywhere where you have enough space, basically. Make sure that you get in some type of physical activity in, because it definitely does help with your mood as well. After everything happened on Monday and Tuesday, I'm in a much better place. I was able to pick myself up and get out of that slump because I realized what I was doing. Being very self-aware is going to help you in your business. And so I encourage all of you to become more self-aware with your feelings and your physical health as well. Know what your body is going through and always know how to respond to it. Always look for solutions. And so I hope this video helped you in some sort of way. Am I going to quit? No, I am not. I'm going to keep going. My why is so important to me. My personal why is so important to me. And so is my business why. My business why being, you know, showing true representation for type 4 hair. That is important to me because I truly believe that there is still a gap in the market. Even though there are products out there now more than it was in 2018, I still feel like there is a gap. And so I'm going to stay where I'm at. I'm going to keep on going. My beginnings are humble, even though I've been doing this for over a year now. There's a lot more left in Kultured Kurlz, and I'm not giving up, and neither should you. If you're thinking about giving up, do not do that. Keep going. You never know who might be waiting for your product to show up on their feed. And so you just have to keep pushing yourself, keep pushing your business, keep praying, keep being intentional, and manifest that life that you want. And of course, when you manifest the life that you want, if it's within God's will, it will definitely happen. But you have to let his promise work. Okay. So we are at the end of this video, and I am so grateful that you guys decided to watch this video and stick it out to the very end. And as you know, I need you to do something for me. I need you to hit that like button, subscribe, and I also need you to click the bell so you get notified every single time I post on this channel. And I'll be seeing you guys very soon. Thank you. Bye, y'all.